Welcome back to Pickleballers. Today we have Christian Alshon here with us, one of the best players in the world.
It's also crazy, you just dropped the Tweener King nickname.
It was time. It was time to drop it. James Ignatowich is like, we should have like a WWE style like beef. I'm like, I don't have to fake it. I don't know about you.
You're like, I don't like you.
Yeah, it's easy.
Play my junior year of tennis, and I have a really solid year.
Didn't you go 18-0?
I did go 18-0. I was like, what do you want to do after college? I was like, I think I want to go pro in pickleball.
You show how much you care and how much you want to win.
I would lose a match, and it would be like a knife in the heart. You never know what's going to happen. You never know what tomorrow holds.
Who's the hardest player for you to play against?
Welcome back to Pickleballers, delivered by DoorDash. Today we have Christian Alshon here with us, one of the best players in the world, super hard worker, super talented, and this guy wears his heart on his sleeve, so he's super fun to watch. I've actually known him for, how long have we known each other now? Like 15 years? We probably started playing when we were like 10 years old, 12.
Maybe even younger.
Yeah.
2007, 2008. It's been a long time.
It has been. And we weren't like, I wouldn't say we were like friends because you were in Florida and I was in LA, but like we played the same tournaments and like we knew each other fairly well, but we didn't become friends till we like started playing pickleball, which is interesting.
100%.
Yeah.
Christian, thanks for being here. This is we've shot a few episodes down here in Boca or Delray, wherever we are, and this is one of the episodes I've been really excited about. And we interviewed you on Kitchen Conversations with Jason early on. And you were like a young, cocky kid. You were like, oh, I'm going to do the tweeners. I'm going to do all the shots. And we both kind of thought he's not going to get there. Like he's not willing to like play the game the right way just because I feel like you were like, oh, I'm going to be that guy. And you've really ascended. I mean, you're a total beast. You're one of the best players in the world. And you're also kind of like an enigma. You're a little mysterious. So I'm excited to get to know you more.
Thank you both for having me. Super excited to be on here again after 2 or 3 years.
Yeah.
So, I'm just excited to be here.
Yeah, and I think it's also crazy you just dropped the Tweener King nickname.
Dude, yeah, what the heck?
Yeah, I mean, it was time. It was time to drop it. I didn't really hit like a good tweener in like over a year.
Yeah.
It was long
But it
overdue.
was you. It was the Instagram handle. It was like it was part of you, you know?
I agree with that, and I think that's why changing it was such a big deal. I think that's why it actually got so much traction when I posted it. I was like, oh, I'll post it. Yeah, it'll be a good post. But I posted it like 3,300 plus likes in like 36 hours. I was like, well, that's a record for a grid post. And I think the problem is it was a little silly of a name.
Silly.
I love it. I love hitting the trick shots. I think Tweener was the one that actually originates from Dave Fleming. He said when I was playing Ben, he's like, this guy's the Tweener King after I hit like 2 or 3 winners. And
yeah, but a lot of the shots you were hitting were completely not necessary, right?
yes.
I mean, yeah, like some of them were crazy.
Well,
I mean, I loved it, but I'm like, what is that? Like, why?
Well, they weren't necessary, but they did take a lot of the pressure off me.
Okay.
Which is a little bit of it. They made it fun.
Yeah.
They gave me something to like clip. They gave me some clips. They gave me, something to talk about. Keep it light. Keep it fun. I knew I wasn't going to be winning tournaments from the first week, but I definitely knew I could.
This would be memorable.
Yeah. Right. Make a name for yourself.
Put on a show too. Like I think people like to watch you play because they know they're going to be entertained. They know they're going to, see cool shots, see a lot of emotion.
A lot of emotion, which I think is like, and we'll get into this, but it's one of those things where I think you show how much you care and how much you want to win. And I remember one of the first moments about you that really stood out was in Atlanta, and you were playing Ben, and you beat Ben, and people were like, "Yeah, like go," and you were like, "Come on, guys!" Like, that was a huge deal for me. And people cheered more, and I really respected that. I was like, this guy cares. Like, let's give him his moment. So.
Haven't been Ben in singles since then, but he doesn't play that much, so I don't get too many opportunities to beat him, or at least this year. The funny thing about that is I think a lot of people thought that we had just split because I lost the game before.
Oh, right.
So I think a lot of people just didn't think it was over. But even then, I was like, come on, like that was I played really well, didn't make any mistakes. ended up winning. And I've actually noticed that you can kind of do that the more I've played, especially this year, is if you have like a big point or if you're like playing, like you can look at the crowd and you can be like, come on, give me a little something, and they'll listen.
Yeah.
You know, like they will listen.
And was it also in Atlanta where you lost a game or match and you stood there? I think it was maybe the next year in Atlanta, and you stood there for a very long time. It felt like about 5 minutes. Just it kind of reminded me of like when a team loses the Super Bowl and they just look at the team celebrating and they're like thinking like this will not happen.
Was this
again.
MLP?
No, it was Atlanta PPA had just lost to J-Dub in the semis, and that was that tournament. That was after beating Ben in the quarters.
It was the same tournament?
It was the same tournament.
Okay.
I beat Ben in the quarters, big win. Lost to J-Dub in the semis, 12-10 in the third.
It was a battle.
Like I was up in the third, I lost it, and you know I just stood there and I just was thinking like what happened.
It got clipped hard. Memes clipped it. We clipped it, and it was one of those moments where. Like, as, you know, running the kitchen, I don't always know how, if we post something, how it might affect a player. And we talked about it before you came on, like, you're like, hey, if I do something on the court, post it. And I appreciate that because there are moments, you know, where I get in a room with someone, I'm like, man, this guy might just hate me. So I appreciate that you maybe don't. So that's cool.
It's a tough position, too, because I'll get on Jared sometimes just because we have this podcast now. I'm like, dude, like, you got to be, like, careful about what you post. But he's like, we're a media company. Like we have to report pickleball. Everyone's mostly, you know, cool
and like we're champions of the game. You know, I've dedicated our life to this, and so it's if someone does something that we think is great, we're gonna shine a light on it. If someone does something we think is not as great, we'll potentially shine a light on it. So
it's like that guy who made the few bad calls. It's like, you know, he got like posted.
He was more than a few bad calls, but yeah.
Well, dude, thanks for being here. I know you. I like I said, we weren't like friends back then, and it's not like we weren't friends. We just like we had our circles and whatever. He was Florida, I was LA, but we played each other and saw each other at these national tournaments. I want to know a little bit more about your background. You grew up in Florida. I know you have amazing parents. You have brothers, maybe even a sister, and kind of take me back to young Christian, how you got into tennis, and just what life was like.
Yeah. We did know each other, just to say that, and I remember you were always very nice to me. And you were better than me when we were like younger. You were really good. So this guy's a great tennis player. Don't let anybody.
Number one in the world growing up.
Yeah, he was
good times, man.
And I remember you were very nice. You know, a lot of
it.
really top people can be less nice. So I always appreciated that. As far as my childhood and stuff like that. The way I got into tennis was actually my older brother went to my mom and he was like, "Hey, can you put me in a tennis lesson? Can you let me play tennis?" She was like, "Sure." So she was like, "Hey, take your younger brother with you." So I went with him, and I was just it just came very natural. Just sometimes like the movement, the swinging, definitely came natural. And he kept playing tennis. I kept playing tennis. We played for a few years, and then after a few years, I started like beating him or being a little better than him.
How much older is he?
Sorry, Tyler. He is 4 years older than me.
And he comes to the tournaments, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
I'm 25. He's 29. Yeah. So and that's a big difference when you're that young, because I started I was 7 at the time. You know, he's 11. So like when I'm like 9, 10 and he's like 14, like that's a big gap in like development like for kids. So that was tough.
Embarrassing for him to lose.
I mean, I don't know. I don't want to speak for him, but he did end up quitting tennis. Not shortly.
You literally kicked him out of tennis?
I felt so,
Christian.
yeah. But he's really nice. He's living in Dallas right now. He's a mechanical engineer. Really proud of him. Super smart. One of the smartest guys I know. One of the hardest workers I know. Always looked up to him as far as like how hard he works, and I think I get a little bit of that as far as like was some of where my effort and work ethic comes in is definitely from him. So love you, Ty. And then I also have a younger brother, Tim. His name's Timmy. And then an older sister, Paige, she's a dentist. I actually have an appointment with her later today
Does she charge you?
No, she doesn't.
That's a
sick.
good question.
What a great,
right?
sibling dad.
I saw her like a month ago. She just started working, and now I have like one cavity that I got to get filled.
Oh,
so,
so she's like not that good.
no, well, she's gonna fill the cavity, so we'll see how good she is.
This is Pickleballers delivered by DoorDash. We are giving away 10 $100 gift cards to 10 people who comment their favorite part of this podcast below. It's actually pretty cool to have people in the medical field in your family.
100%. I mean, there's
Always
so many.
calling
Yeah,
questions.
it's like one of those things that you just take for granted.
So you have a sister who's a dentist, a brother who's a mechanical engineer. It's pretty impressive. Like, it seems like your whole family excels in their crafts.
Yeah, my dad is a doctor. He's a physiatrist, which is
Again.
And then my mom, stay-at-home mom, one of the best stay-at-home mom.
Sweetest
mom.
lady ever. Shout out Nina Alshon. I remember just from like junior tennis and like just from seeing her on the road at your tournaments, like always says hi to me, always brings up like great memories from when we were kids. So yeah, your mom is super cool and you have a great family.
I mean, I know your mom too. She's very nice, and same to you. But to me, my mom's the best mom in the world. She's awesome. She stayed at home. She took care of all the kids. And I feel like that's so valuable. Like that's like the way I was raised. It's like me, my siblings, being close with my siblings, and having my mom home. Like that was huge. That's what I want. In my life and my future is I want to give my future wife the option to not work and stay home with the kids. I think a lot of mothers want to stay home with their kids. So if I'm able to do that, that's kind of just a goal that I've had my entire life, and that's something that like helps me work really hard, is to give my kids the opportunity to give my kids and future wife the opportunity to stay home with the family.
So you're saying that's a little bit of like motivation for you. You grind now to provide for these people in your future.
Yeah.
That's pretty. I mean, that's pretty evolved for a 25-year-old.
Yeah, seriously.
When I was 25, I was like, I don't
Going to
talk
raves.
about what I was doing, but yeah, like it's that's impressive.
I mean, I've had this way of thinking since I was like 15, because I've always been super appreciative, and like I've always felt very blessed for the family I've had, and my goal has always been to just like be able to do what my dad did for me. Like that's really like what is why I do a lot of what I do.
So you're a big family man.
Yeah. I mean, hung out with my brother yesterday. I love hanging out with my family when I can. So yeah.
And so your brother quits tennis.
Older brother. Yeah.
Your older brother. You become like a tennis stud, and then you go to Virginia to play tennis. But you weren't there that long.
No.
Okay. So tell us about that journey from family, tennis, college.
Yeah. So I committed to UVA. I think when I was 17,
Which was one of the best tennis schools, if I'm not mistaken. Like UVA was always really good at tennis, so it was very hard to even get on that team in the first place. I just want to add that there.
Yeah, I think they won the NCAA championship like 3 out of 4 years right when I committed. Like,
and you get a full ride there?
So they actually don't give full rides, because when it comes to tennis, college tennis, crazy. They have what, like
4.5.
4.5.
Yeah, scholarships for like 10 to 12 guys.
Yeah, you need like 8. You need like 8 people, because you need the six starters, and then you need like 1 or 2 people that are just gonna possibly be switching.
We had
out.
like 14 at UCLA. It was like so deep.
Yeah, you need like that many guys, but you need like a really solid 8, 9 amount of players just to build the team. So I went there and committed right after I won one of the best tournaments I won in my junior career, which was Winter Nats. And I was like, all right, like while I'm on this high, we should commit. Just get it, just be safe. Committed, and then there's this feeling after you commit, which I hate to admit, but it's kind of just like a relaxed feeling. And I think every college tennis player knows it. You commit and you just relax, and you're like, okay, I don't need to work as hard. I don't need to do all of this. And I definitely took that, and I regret it. Like I think I kind of relaxed. I mean, I still trained, but I played mostly for fun rather than to like be the best player I could be.
You're like, I've made it.
Yeah, I was like, all right, I have a year, and then I go to college, and then they'll make me a pro tennis player. Like that was like I can chill.
And you're also thinking about a lot of the stuff, you know, you're going to do as a freshman. Like, all right, like I'm going to like, what's school going to be like? You know, am I going to, you know, go to parties? Am I going to have a ton of friends? Am I going to, you know, be popular in school? Like, I think your focus shifts a little bit to that too. Like that's how it was for me. Like I was like, oh wow, I'm like a freshman in college and I've been like homeschooled. And, it's crazy.
Yeah, exactly. And I mean, there's three things, you know, you've got academics, you've got social life, and then you've got your sport. Like when you go to, if you're not working, luckily I didn't have to work. And the way Virginia wanted it was sports, academics, social life. They might've said academics like above sports, but I always felt like it was sports, academic, social life. And for me, like you said, like I was homeschooled. I never really had much of a social life. So I was like, well, I kind of want, you know, all these things to be pretty equal in my life. You know, academics, number one at the time. I was like, you know, tennis, I can't control what's going to happen. Probably not true, but tennis, I can't control what's going to happen. So let me just be the best I can in academics and have that safety net of like, whatever happens with tennis is I can get a good job. And
what did you want to do? Did you have any? I feel like you like knew this stuff at 17. So in
Virginia, I wanted to go into finance. I didn't really know exactly what I wanted to do, but there was a finance major, and that was my intended major.
6'3", blue eyes, finance.
Yeah, right. So finance, you know, like we were just talking about with trying to support a family, like the way my family was able to support me. So like I knew I needed something that was going to make money.
You wanted that cash flow, baby.
Yeah, I wanted that cash. And I was only at UVA for 1 year. I prioritized academics and social life about the same as tennis. Like I was winning all my matches. Let me put this. So I didn't lose at 6. And that's starting. I was very proud to start. I didn't lose at 6. I didn't win at 5. They moved me to 5 a couple times and I lost. But so in my mind, I was like, oh, I'm winning my matches. I'm doing what I need to do. Like I'm chilling in this area. Like I can like focus on having fun and academics and not really worry about my spot on the team. And then the coach saw that and they didn't really love that. And they kind of saw that my top priority wasn't tennis. So it wasn't a good fit. Ended up leaving there after my first year to go to University of Chicago, where in my mind I was like, well, this is a school where I can really focus on academics because I didn't have a faith in my tennis ability.
Yeah, like, and especially I think a lot of people go through this moment where they're a top junior tennis player like you were. You go to college and then you're put in a pool with guys 4 or 5 years older than you who are playing in that earlier lineup. And so you're playing like 5, 6 and you're not as important as those guys. And tennis starts to become, you know, not the most important thing in the world.
Yeah.
So I think it's very natural that happened.
Were you mixing it up in college a little bit? Were you getting out there partying and having fun?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah. I mean, as
what you do as a freshman,
18, 19-year-old freshman, like you want to go out there, you want to like go to parties that you've never been, you want to have this type of independence you've never had, like always living at home, and now you're living by yourself. Like that's a really big thing for a person, is to go live by themselves. You don't have somebody watching over you, like telling you exactly what to do, when to do it. You kind of have to create your own discipline. You have to create your own schedule, and you're the one that's kind of going to be on top of your life.
It's a pretty amazing time as a kid when you leave the house and you're like, wow, like I could do whatever I want. I could go and it's crazy.
It's sometimes almost too much. I felt like after my freshman year of college, I hit this like period where I like had to like take a step back and be like, whoa, I just completely did a 360 on my life. I was a guy who my only goal in life is to become a pro tennis player. I was homeschooled for that reason. All my friends were tennis friends. And like now I'm in this place where I'm on my own. I'm, have all the freedom in the world. Yes, tennis is still there, but like there's this whole new world out there. And so you do like, that for a year and you're like, wait, what just happened?
Yeah, it changes your perspective on just life is once you go out into the real world. And that's not even the real world. That's the craziest part is you go to college and you're still in a bubble. Like you're still in a major.
And then you get out of college and then there's another world. You're like, oh, wait, I have to like pay my own bills and like work.
If you're wondering what this hat is that I'm always wearing, it's a Pickleballer hat. And guess what? You can get your own too. Click the link down below to get access to the limited drop for this pickleballer hat?
Yeah, I go to Chicago and I focus on academics a lot more, but I still play tennis. And then
you had like a great run there, right?
yeah, so my first year at Chicago got canceled due to COVID. So I was just there, kind of like not really competing. We couldn't. I remember they made us. Oh my gosh, they made us train because it's really cold in Chicago. So they have indoor courts. They made us train while wearing a mask.
It's tough.
Imagine playing tennis wearing a mask. Like,
Like,
it was.
Imagine
It's so hard to breathe. It's so hard to breathe in general. So that was crazy.
And it probably wasn't even like the little blue mask. It was probably like that
It's
N95,
like
the really tough one.
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
I remember
Wow.
we had to do that too.
Crazy.
N95?
Yeah.
Playing tennis?
Is
Yeah.
that what it's
So you
called?
look like an
N95?
you look like
It is something like
yeah,
that.
it is. And you look like an alien playing tennis.
It's like it filters the air.
There's like two things.
yeah.
So, that didn't really help with my like desire to want to be a pro tennis player or like to be a pro athlete. Was just like kind of the pro tennis was kind of like getting put to the side with COVID. So what I really did was I just doubled down on school and academics. And just for like a year or two while COVID was going on, Chicago is a very liberal school. So like, you have your mask below your nose, like people are freaking out.
Yeah.
Let's just put it, and you're outside and they're freaking out.
Yeah.
And I come from Florida.
Yeah, where it's like the
we're
complete
like,
opposite.
like you don't need a mask.
Austin, after a month, people were like partying. And
Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So for like a year or two, just really focused on academics. And then I realized after I spent 2 years just all day, every day for the most part, focusing on school was that like, that sucks. Like that really sucks to wake up, be on a computer for 8 hours.
I don't know what that was like, so
And-
I can't
Yeah, exactly.
resonate. I didn't really do that much school, but
Fair enough.
Yeah.
But it's not fun. It's not fun. I mean, I remember the highlight of my day every day was going to the gym. It was always the highlight of my day.
Dude, we talked in college. I don't know if you remember this. It was like the first time we had talked in like years. He posted a picture
pre-pickleball.
pre-pickleball, and I responded, and I was like, I remember saying like, bro, how are you getting like it almost sounds weird saying it. How are you getting so shredded? And he was like a freaking bodybuilder in college. I actually do remember that. I was like, yo, what is going on? Because like I remember like scrawny little junior tennis Christian and then,
Crushing
like,
the creatine.
yeah,
Creatine cowboy?
It's very thin.
creatine cowboy.
I vaguely remember that too. We'll have to check the DMs.
Yeah.
But it was crazy because I just worked out a lot because I love competing. I love working out. Just love the exercises. I mean, all athletes can understand. And what's funny is that was like a terrible body for tennis.
Mm-hmm.
Like it's like I'm like out here like trying to put on a ton of muscle, and then I go out and play tennis, and I'm like just dying. I have no stamina. So after the 2 years, we finally get to play tennis, or after the year, we get to play my junior year of tennis, and I have a really solid year.
Didn't you go 18-0?
I did go 18-0. So I mean, that's crazy. To like I don't understand.
Did you think you were gonna be like undefeated, or were you like?
No shot. My coach put me in for the first like 2 matches in position 2, just because. And then I won them both like 1-1, 1-1.
He's
something
like, all right,
like
you're
that.
number one now.
He's like, all right. He's like, you go to number 1. And then I just continued to win every single match. I was just playing well.
And you're jacked.
I was.
I actually remember our first interview. You were like pretty. I mean, you're still in great shape, but weren't you bigger then?
I was definitely bigger. I got very
Long hair.
Yeah, I had longer hair.
Did you have a nickname? Did anyone call you Sunshine?
No.
It's from Remember the Titans, the quarterback.
You said that during that.
Yeah, you kind of
interview.
look like him. You had, like the long blonde hair. That's they call him Sunshine.
All right.
So people would call me like Chapo a couple times, like
Okay.
Shapovalov back then.
Yeah,
I don't like that one.
I don't even know who he is. So,
You're cool.
Tennis
on that.
player.
so you're
You did
you're
18-0.
18-0. You moved to number 1.
Yeah, and then I mean, let's finish the origin story of how I started playing pickleball.
But you won a national championship.
We won the national
Yeah.
championship. Crazy! I clinched the match in the semis, 3-3. I'm cramping. Like we're going. I don't even think we did split. So I won in the third set, cramping. I have my assistant coach running out, like handing me water in between points. Like I pushed myself so hard in that match. one of like the worst pains I've ever experienced while competing. And the thing is, you win that. There's a crazy photo of like me like shouting, "Come on!" and like the whole.
Do you have it?
Do you have the
photo?
I do have the
photo.
Let's pop it up there.
It's one of my favorite photos of all time. So that was a
Like peak moment.
Peak moment.
Yeah.
I was like, how does it get better than this? I remember looking at myself like after we finished, I'm in the bathroom, like going to bed. I'm like
Staring yourself in the mirror.
I'm like, what? I'm like that was crazy. Like what just happened? Like we just won a national title. That's what we've been spending all year trying to do.
All like life.
Yeah, for sure. And I mean, D3 school, so like I mean, fair enough. But like
still though.
Yeah, it's very impressive to go 18-0.
Yeah.
Yeah, so that was crazy. And then my coach asks me that night, very funny. My coach asks me that night, we're like in the room, just like a few of the players, coach, assistant coach, just chilling, like celebrating the win. And he's like, "What do you want to do?" He's like, "What do you want to do after college?" He asked me, and I'm like, and I told him, I was like, I think I want to go pro in pickleball.
Wait.
Yeah.
I think you skipped.
You
something.
knew
Had you ever
it?
played?
I think you skipped like 7 steps there.
Exactly. So the reason I said that is because over the year, I had played pickleball like 2 or 3 times, just casually
in Florida.
In Florida, like
with
I had
anyone we know with.
I during winter break of that year, so there's a 1-week period. I played pickleball with James Ignatowich. James Ignatowich is like currently like 8 months into pickleball, breaking into the top 10, beating everybody and beating like Zay Navratil, who was like 1 in APP in singles, like having the best crazy wins. Over winter break, I knew what pickleball was. I was like, this is a cool sport. I'm intrigued. So I play pickleball with him. We play singles, and it's like I'm like, oh, I'm there. Like I hadn't
Did he smoke you?
No.
You're just like, I'm way better than James.
He beat me like 11-9.
But he had been like training. For
Yeah,
like
he had
8
been
months,
training,
yeah.
and I had just like I had played like with my family.
Would he attest to this?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, ask him.
Okay.
I have the full video recorded
Okay.
of our match from like I recorded the match.
Well, I remember there was like a little beef between you guys at the beginning too. I don't know if it was like real, but
I mean, it was.
Oh yeah, some like Twitter stuff, right?
Yeah, there was a little bit of friendly beef. I'll actually just say it because it's funny, and now it's a little bit past. But so this is now like a few months after I started playing pickleball. He texts me, and we're like already like not friends, like never been friends.
but you guys just had played together.
Yeah, we just played together.
Okay,
I knew he
okay.
was playing. I was like, hey, like, do you need somebody to train with? But we were never friends in tennis. We weren't friends at this moment.
Were you like
We weren't
enemies?
No, we
Okay.
weren't enemies, but
You
we were
just
just
weren't
like
homies.
we just knew each other.
Yeah.
Kind of like
James, I feel like is a little bit of like he likes being in like a little bit of the troublemaking scene, right? Like so I could see him like trying to like.
you
pick on
guys
me a
are
little
like both pretty polarizing.
anyway, so he texts me and he's like, yo, he's like, because we had like a little bit of beef, but it like wasn't real. It wasn't like real, and like we were both like lighthearted beef. He texts me, he's like, bro, he's like, we should have like a WWE style like beef, like top.
I knew it was scripted.
Yeah, so he's like,
Oh, I knew. I had a hunch.
okay, now you
No,
know.
I really did. I was like, okay, go on.
Anyway, no, he said that, and I'm like, we don't have to. I'm like, I don't have to fake it. I don't know about you. So-
You're like, I don't like you.
Yeah, it's easy.
but I was like, yeah, well, like we can do that. We can like kind of
Yeah.
like take it to the next level.
James is always scheming, man. This guy's always scheming.
So I'll say, like, I think, I remember that first interview with Jason. And Jason he'd text me. He'd be watching tournaments. He'd be like, "Oh, dude, have you seen this Christian Alshon kid?" And I was like, "Whatever." Like, he's just like a flash in the pan. And then you came on, and like Tweener King, your vibe, like you were marketing. I think you had like a brand in mind. Is that accurate?
Yeah.
Yeah. And then you started doing your wall drills with shirt, no shirt on.
Sure, the thirst traps, yeah.
Yeah, like, so you had a plan. And
was that a thirst trap? Like, was that for like?
Of course.
Yeah, I mean,
He's like jacked. He's jacked, hitting balls against the wall. He
I
probably
mean,
put oil all over his body before.
In my mind, I wasn't posting this like, oh, I'm gonna post a thirst trap. But at the same,
He's like, dude.
he's like, I'm gonna have every 50-year-old woman loving.
He's like,
But
all the ladies are gonna
but
love
looking
this.
back, I mean, if
I'm
you
gonna
post
be
a
hitting
photo,
on a wall with a.
100%.
looking back, if you post a video of yourself shirtless or
Yeah.
anything like that, it's
And
a
he
thirst-
took some
it's a-
smack for it.
it's
Like,
a thirst
people were like, dude, put on a shirt. And he just kept putting them out there.
Yeah, I
And
gotta
so,
bring
like,
those back.
you had like a plan.
I mean, the plan was to just put out content because there weren't a lot of pickleball
But
players.
to build a brand, to be this thing that kind of was lacking in the sport, quite honestly.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
So, I mean, there weren't a lot of established players that were like super popular online, you know? And it was still a new rising sport. I mean, still is, but definitely was 3 years ago. And I felt like it was kind of like, I don't want to say easy, but like easy-ish.
And smart.
Yeah, and smart to like build a brand. I mean, and that's...
But you were still being you, which I like. You were just like digging into more of...
I don't know,
Christian.
though.
Yeah.
I don't know if it was being you, because now that I get to sit down with you, and I think you've matured a lot over the past few years.
Yeah.
So maybe now it's you, but you don't seem, I don't know. I feel like you're a different guy than that first interview.
I mean, I think being a little like cocky / confidence like was a part of me, and I think I just really like doubled down on that part of me, and I don't think that's like the biggest part of me is the cocky.
Were you maybe humbled
when?
Just throughout the pickleball journey?
Yeah. I mean, it took me 2 years to win a singles title. I thought I was going to win a singles title within months.
And
like,
you were stoked. I remember that. That was Kate
that
Coral.
was-
We played that tournament too, and I remember being
Kate
like,
Coral?
Christian's playing really well.
I did, yeah.
That was the first one?
Yes.
You were stoked. I remember. I was
Who'd
very
you beat in the
happy for you.
finals?
I beat Jaume, actually.
Okay.
And I was down in the third.
And you lost the first.
Yeah, and I lost the first. That was a big one.
And was your doubles game there at the time?
Yeah.
Okay,
For
so
sure.
so
Yeah,
you,
this
it kind of they
My
kind of
doubles was better than my singles at the time.
Okay, so your journey, you weren't just like the singles guy. I'm trying to think
At
back.
first you were though, but I feel
At
like you
first.
put in a ton of work. You worked with like Lee, you
Yes.
worked with a lot of people in Boca, and you kind of I feel like a lot of singles players do, they start out in singles, then they start focusing hard in doubles. You're probably not even practicing singles.
Yeah.
But then you've had like you got injured. And I love how I'm just telling this for him, but this is how I see it. And then you got injured and you had like this resurgence of late in singles and
Yeah.
you've just been dominating. And I think that leads me to my next question is like, you found pickleball, you kind of started off hot, you know, doing well. Obviously you're a talented kid, but what I don't remember from when you were younger was you having this discipline and this dedication. I remember you were a little bit of a hothead when you were a kid, but in like a good way, you know?
Yeah.
But you know, and you were funny and goofy, and it wasn't like, all right, Christian's like the most dedicated, like hardworking guy. Of course, you're 12, like if you're 13, you shouldn't be.
Yeah.
But I feel like you take this sport so seriously. You work really hard, and it's clear. Like people say, if I play Christian in practice, Christian and Andre, like they want to win so bad. How would you get from just starting to play pickleball and really committing to this to where you are now? What did that look like? What was your training like? What was your mindset like?
Yeah. To start, I mean, great question. To start, back in tennis, I remember I would get very upset. I was very emotional, and it was funny because I felt like what I always try to do was like make a joke out of it, or like I would complain a lot, but I would try to complain so that like if somebody heard me complaining, they would laugh.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know why I did that, but I was like, oh man, like I'm just, like I can't hit this ball right now, or like like what, I have no backhand. I've never had a backhand, or like I would say stuff like
self-deprecating.
He was one of
Yeah.
the rare guys to have a one-handed backhand in junior tennis
yeah.
too.
So I think it was a bad habit, but I would say it very very negative, super negative talk. When I was a kid, I think a lot of us were like that, and once I think it just had to do with age. I really do. Once I started playing pickleball, I was much older. I was much more mature. I knew that it's plain and simple, I knew if I worked harder than other people, that I would get better than other people.
You had the skill.
Proportionally. Like that was it. Like, you know, I have some definitely have some talent, and I mean, if you mix talent and hard work, you know, that's success.
And if you just grind and determination, if you say I'm gonna do it, it happens. I mean,
100%.
it's so true.
But you, I would say, took that a step further than other people. I watched you lose in the finals of Red Rock mixed doubles this year. You weren't very happy, but like right after the match, like you're still going, and it's like almost like pitch black outside. Everyone's left the site, and you're out there stretching. You're still it's kind of like this guy's here for the long run. This guy's like win or lose, like focusing on the process, his hard work. I think that's really cool. what's like a day in the life at home, I guess, or I guess the last few years training, what did that look like? What's like, are you waking up and it's just, all right, how do I get better at pickleball?
Yeah, I mean, I tried to plan my week out. I think that's the most important thing. Jordan Peterson talks about this. He's like, look at your calendar. He's like,
Wolf of Wall Street?
No, that's Jordan Belfort.
No,
Okay.
yeah, Jordan Peterson,
Okay.
12.
Rules of
12 habits of highly successful people?
No, it's like maps. It's like maps of meaning. 12 rules of
12
life.
rules.
Okay, I'm not going to talk to him.
Biblical guy, but like isn't a Christian. Very, very complicated. Anyway, he talks about this. He's like, look at your calendar. He's like, that will show you how bad you want to be successful. And it's like, I mean, anybody who's successful can understand that. If you look at your calendar, and it doesn't need to be an actual calendar. It can, like, I keep a lot of it just in my head. Like I just know what I need to do every day of the week. I have kept calendars in the past, but you know, if you have a calendar and every day is like full, like that's, you know, that shows you want to be successful. That shows you're doing what it takes to be successful. If you look at your calendar and it's like, oh, you've got like a 5-hour period off here, 4-hour period off here, this whole day, I don't know, we'll wake up and see what we want to do.
Yeah.
Like that, you know, that's the most important thing. You know, if I can tell like kids or just anybody who wants to like be better, that's what it is to plan your day and to like know what you're going to do. Like
be doing stuff.
Yeah, I know what I'm doing. I knew at the start of the week, right after I finished the tournament, I take like the next day, I figure out what am I doing tomorrow? What am I doing today? That day, all right, I can rest.
Yeah.
But tomorrow, what am I doing? The next day, I know
So
what
you're just super disciplined.
it's not, I mean, yeah.
It's discipline.
You're
dude.
creating order
It is
rather than
discipline.
chaos.
It's discipline. It's discipline. It's foresight. It's having a plan
Yeah.
and going after it and getting it done.
It's,
Like that's
I think there's a really good way to put it is it's not easy, but it's not complicated. Like it's super simple, but it's super hard.
It's totally right. And I think that's true about success in general and business in general, where like, you know, I've had friends who are like, hey, you know, I see what you're doing in the kitchen. Like, I want to do my own thing. And I'm like, just start doing it.
Yeah.
I'm like, and they're like, well, I want to create a whole brand. I'm like, no, just start doing it. A/B test, see what works, see what doesn't work, and just keep doing it. Keep doing it, keep doing it, keep doing it until you hit a viral video. Keep doing it. And it's like, it's the same with anything.
So it's like when we started the pod. Do you remember how hectic this first few weeks were of like us trying to figure out how to like...
It's still hectic at times, but like, you know, like it's just, I feel like inactivity is the killer of like hopes and dreams.
100%.
Yeah. Amen.
But I mean, dude, so you're a beast. I mean, you are disciplined, you are driven, you know, you have goals, you know, you want to be the best, you believe you can be the best. So when you lose a match and you're standing there or you snap the paddle right over the knee.
Haven't done that in a while, but yeah.
Okay. Do you just see red or what is it? Are you just like so mad at yourself? What is that emotion that makes you stand out from other players who they get off the court and they go and they're probably pissed. You know, I'll see Roscoe after he loses the match and I'll like try to talk to him. Like, he just doesn't even talk. He just like walks away.
Get away from me. Yeah.
We're all like that.
What do you see? Like, what do you feel?
So I feel like that's something that I've been trying to work on a lot is in, let's say, before 6 months ago, before a year ago, I would lose a match and it would be like, just like a knife in the heart. It would be like the worst. It would be like the worst possible imaginable thing that could happen to me just happened, and like that's how I would kind of take it.
Is it embarrassment? Is it like I can't believe I just lost
sure.
in front of all these people?
I mean, sure. There's if you go to the site like after making it to the finals back when we had like Thursday singles, Friday, like you go there and you're in a finals, you walk there, you feel good. You know, like everybody looks at you, like they know you're in the finals. You know you're
the guy.
Yeah.
It's like a missed opportunity.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like, wow, I could have won this match. I could have done better and I didn't, and now someone else is going to do that.
Yeah.
But I will say, I think Jared's asking that because you take it to another level where you really show it. You really like, you know, there's been the camera on you where you got tears in your eyes after a match or you're sitting there with your head down. I remember Denver when you lost to Ben in the finals. Definitely Pickleball TV or Tennis Channel got you with a close-up. That was like 2 years ago. That was like 2 years ago now.
Is there any part of that's like a show?
No, I mean.
So it's like your most authentic moment.
Yeah, I mean, I think one of the bigger things is I wasn't really thinking about when I lose. I'm not really thinking about the way I'm viewed.
Yeah, and you know what, I like that. I respect that.
Well, in the past, like I'm trying to change it because now if I lose a match, I'd like to break a few paddles. I'd like to get really upset. But I think the difference is, what do you do? Not what do you want to do? Because you can make somebody mad, and like if somebody makes me mad, I could want to like be mean or be rude or like have a negative reaction. But it's the difference between wanting to do something and knowing that you shouldn't do that and you should try and do the better thing. Like take a second before you respond, or if you lose a match, maybe don't
throw the paddle.
Don't throw the paddle. Don't break the paddle. If you lose a point and you're upset, don't kick the ball to the side. Hit it back to them. That's something that I did a lot, which I'm not happy. I'm not happy about it. I would lose a point.
It's cool though. You've grown. Like
is there any part of it where it's perspective, where like you're realizing, okay, if I don't win this time, I have another tournament next week, and I can win. Yeah. Or is it more just maturity? Is it like I don't want to be that guy who's kicking the ball or is it mixed?
Not even the first one, because it's like there's always next week, but at the same time, like time is going. It's fleeting.
You never know.
My pickleball career, like I have 3 less years than I had 3 years ago.
Yeah.
So it's like every month, like I don't know, is this my last month? Like I got to play. Like this could be my last year of playing. Like you never, like injuries happen, crazy things happen. You never know what's gonna happen. You never know what tomorrow holds. So I try to not even. There's always next tournament, but like this is it.
Yeah,
it's like
I
now.
love that.
This is all we have is this tournament right in front of us. This match right in front of us, and I think just can I be happy with the effort I put in? And I think that's where I was not seeing things a couple of years ago to where I see things now. Is I would put everything I had into a tournament, and if it didn't give me the result I wanted, I would take that the wrong way. I would take that and get super upset, like something that shouldn't have happened. Whereas now it's, did I give everything I could? And if I did, whatever happens.
Yeah.
Obviously, it hurts more if you lose.
I feel like especially lately, you've touched on this on Instagram. You've done a few posts about your perspective. Pickleball was like the main focus of your life. And now you've really, I don't know if it's recent or new, or if you're just really bringing it to the forefront of your life, but religion and just general perspective of life. Can you touch on this a little bit? I know you've posted about it, but I just kind of want to hear it from your words about how you've been thinking about all of this lately.
Yeah. I think religion has helped me as a player a lot lately. You said that I put pickleball, or pickleball is no longer the number one priority. And I made a post about that a few weeks ago or a month ago, saying that, there's a new hierarchy in my life, and that is God, family, pickleball. It's in my bio right now. And I think that's just something that's super important, and that's not necessarily the way I had been going about the last few years, because started playing pickleball. There's something new, something exciting, like, let's maybe put the religion to the side. Let's focus on what's right in front of me. And I think that's something that I did for a couple of years that I'm trying to, that I've, as of 6 months ago, 6 months ago, I've kind of rearranged the hierarchy to being what I just said: God, family, pickleball. Whereas before it was probably like family, pickleball, or maybe even pickleball, family, God. Like, and I think that's a problem. We're, like I said a second ago, like, you never know when your last day is going to be. You don't know how much time you have. Like, that's what's important. When you like, nobody likes to talk about this stuff, but it's like, what's important in life is like faith, is your
family,
faith. Faith, family. And I mean, I think I was raised Christian. My dad was Catholic, but I was raised Christian. I'm still figuring a lot of this out. I hear all these different denominations. I'm like, bro, like, aren't we all the same? Like, and like, I still struggle with that. I'm like, there's so many different forms of Christianity.
It's really just having
that
even
just religions
and and religions.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've been looking to that a lot lately. A lot of the different religions, which is crazy because I'm like, that's a whole can of worms. So when when people have different beliefs,
I'm not super religious, but I think purpose, meaning, being a good person, like legacy, and like, and having impact. is like my belief system. That's like where that's where I try to like live within that. But I think religion's an amazing thing for people. I think having faith and having that belief and those goals and like that, I think it's really important.
And this has helped you on the
100%.
court too. Like, especially of late, you've talked about it. Does it help take pressure off you? Does it help you just regain perspective on, hey, this is a pickleball match?
Yeah. It does a lot. It really helps me kind of just set my priorities straight. And I think that's the most important thing, and that helps me a lot while I'm playing, is know that the purpose of playing is not to win, it's to play for the glory of God. Like, it's to play for a bigger reason. That's a big thing. When I started playing pickleball, I needed to be one in the world. Like, I needed to be one in the world. Like, it wasn't like, oh, I want this.
Is
It's
it
like
ego?
Yeah. For sure. I mean, in junior,
It's like if I'm not one, I'm just.
I mean, in
I'm
junior,
nothing.
in juniors, being one in the state, being one in the nation, then going to college, being one. It's just like I was one a lot. I felt like it wasn't. I didn't have an option.
Yeah.
Like, I needed to be one, and I think that has hurt me in my pickleball career of trying to get to number one, because
And
it's like
your psyche.
yeah, for
Yeah.
sure. I mean, it's like now you lose, and it's like
I'm a failure.
It doesn't let you enjoy the process because you're like, I mean, it motivates you, but like, dude, and what we both are, we're traveling 25 weeks a year. We
Yeah.
had a conversation about this yesterday. Like, what we go through of traveling 25 weeks a year, we're so lucky to be like professional pickleball players and get paid to do this. Like, it's the best life in the world. But at some point, like, it's like, you don't even know what day of the week it is. It's like, what state am I in now?
I can't even imagine I'll go to one tournament and I'm just like God.
Wiped out.
And I'm not even. Maybe I'll play one division. It's insane.
Yeah, but we have to like enjoy that process. So I think it's really cool you've talked about that, because it's even made me think, like, how can I make sure like I'm loving every second on the road? How can I make sure that like when I'm at this tournament, it's full focus on the goal of winning and trying to compete at the highest level. But when I'm not on the court, I'm loving, every
Enjoying
second
the
of it,
ride,
for
man.
sure.
Yeah. I mean, you talk about like you never know when your last moment is. If you're not enjoying the ride, what's the point?
Yeah.
I mean, I hear you saying like you're leaning more into God, you're leaning more into religion, being the best person you can be. And I think within that, it's allowing you to put pickleball in perspective, and also how important it is in your life, and you love it, but also knowing that there's things that are maybe more important than pickleball. And at the end of the day, like when pickleball is all said and done, it's about family and purpose and meaning and faith.
Yeah.
Which I think is powerful. I think you've grown a ton. I want to touch on MLP. You were redrafted by the Ranchers, or you were with the Ranchers, and you've been with them now for a couple of years.
Yeah.
And I feel like they built a team around you. I was actually skeptical of that team, and I was on record saying that I
have the tweet screenshotted.
Do you?
I've been using it as motivation.
I love that. That's and I
So-
also
And do you remember our bet? On the
you-
plane, you got mad at me. I said that team is going to be good, and you're like,
I was wrong, and I've been on record saying I was wrong, and I think I was skeptical of you being the anchor, and then I think Tina I was skeptical of.
you just didn't know Tina too.
I didn't know
you really
Tina.
didn't know.
I didn't
'cause
know Tina, but I was just kind of like, I don't see it, and you proved a lot of people wrong, and I feel like you've kind of in that journey you've become one of the best players in the world. What is it like being on the Ranchers? I am curious what happened towards the end of this past season, if you're open to sharing. I feel like there's a lot of mystery around what was going on with the GM, and like you took a tournament, a couple of events off, maybe one or two. Are you open to sharing about that?
Yeah, I can. First, let's just touch on the MLP as a whole. I think what's crazy about the difference between PPA and MLP is this last year and the year before is it's like there's really a feeling if you're not first, you're last in MLP.
Yeah, you're right.
Like, and whereas in PPA, people make it to the semis and you're like, whoa, that person, he made it to the semis. Like, they're playing well, they're doing good right now. In MLP, it's like you've got like the two people in the finals. Like that's who won. That whoever won, that's all we care about.
Yeah.
We don't care about anybody
It's
else.
actually so true, because if I was like, tell me who was in the semis this year, I know the Shock lost to Columbus, but I don't even know who's on
Dallas and
No, it wasn't Dallas. Dallas in the quarters.
Oh.
Yeah, see, so point proven.
it was LA.
LA, yeah.
And anyways, go on.
Yeah, I really feel like that's tough because it doesn't leave a lot of room for a lot of players to shine. And whereas PPA, I mean, there's a mix of people winning. There's a winner every single week.
Yeah.
So that means there's different people doing well consistently, and then there's also different people winning consistently. For the most part. And MLP just doesn't have that, so it makes it tough. It really makes it tough.
It all boils down to that one moment.
Yeah. Which I think a few years back we had an MLP where there were multiple winners.
More finality.
When I was on the DC Pickleball team, we were a winner. Orlando Squeeze, they were a winner. Chicago Slice, they were a winner. You had multiple winners, and it felt very different than it feels now. Still a new sport, still working on it.
Yeah, but I mean, NFL, there's one winner who lost the Super Bowl last year, who lost the NBA championship. Like, it's kind of things should kind of funnel into this finality. But I do hear what you're saying. It makes
it's interesting having both.
It's an individual sport is the difference.
That's where PPA shines.
That's where the conversation is. Is pickleball an individual sport, or should it be a team sport? How many people are on the court when you're playing a match at any given time?
What do you prefer, PPA?
No more. I mean, as of this moment, I think a lot of people do.
Yeah.
That might be controversial. MLP has been awesome. It can be awesome. Yeah.
No, I respect that. And I also think that like you've made it very clear how disciplined and determined you are. And if you have a teammate that's not kind of on that level, they're holding you back. They're not giving you your moment to shine. So I resonate with that.
I will say though, being at an MLP event can be some of the most fun you'll ever have. So maybe for the players, you're not having.
They're different. Like they're just different.
For the spectators though, it's a blast.
It's a blast, but so are the PPA finals when there's a
for
great
sure.
final and
I'm
it's
just
a
saying.
close match.
I'm just saying it
can be very
it's amazing. Yeah.
MLP can be extremely electric, and I don't disagree with that.
Okay, and so this year, what happened towards the end of this year?
I think MLP's tough, especially with the schedule this year. There's a lot of events back to back, and I think what happened was, what do you want to know specifically?
You took a tournament off, one or two? One tournament off, and then, maybe it's because the Ranchers are in our backyard or we're in their backyard, but then the GM was in the crowd, and I'm just curious what went down there, and yeah.
Okay. To put it simply, we played at the Shock, or no, was it the Flashes facility? In Dallas. It's got to be in Dallas, right? Yeah. So we played there. Not my best showing. Mentally, I think I was a little exhausted. But I'm still out there trying to compete. I think this is where MLP can get tough because we have our coach tell me to play a certain way, like play consistent, and then the way I play, make doubles on the right, is I'm aggressive. Like that's just the way the way I've had a lot of success. Obviously, maybe I should be consistent here and then, but that's where it's tough. Is we're individuals now put into a team where we have to listen. Now where there's a coach trying to coach 4 individuals, and that's just really tough. And then we also 6 individuals technically. So I played a match and it was against Ben and Hunter Ben and Hunter and Noe and Howells, and I'm speeding up a ton on the right and it doesn't work. Sometimes that happens. And I gave it my all like I always do, but it's just
it wasn't your day.
Yeah, it wasn't my day mentally. I don't know. I feel like we had a lot of tournaments in a row. It's tough to just dink everything. It's I was doing what felt safe. Let's put it that way. And for me, being safe is going for the ball. Anyway, the GM, asked me just to not come to the next one. And I was like, okay, that was it. He asked me not to come.
Was it because of attitude? Was it he felt like you weren't listening, or because you weren't giving your all, or was it just butting of heads completely?
I think that's a complicated question because I don't really know exactly what was going on in his head, but
how did that make you feel? Were you relieved, or were you
it's tough. I think it's really tough when you go from being an individual to I have my coach at the time, and like now I have like another coach, and it's like, you know, if I don't agree, like I don't have any choice right now.
Yeah.
Like if you disagree with somebody yet you're on a team with, like you don't really have an option, and you know,
and it's still an individual sport.
Yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
like
I mean,
there's
Ryan's a great guy. I think he wants what is best for the team, and I think he works super hard. And I have nothing like I think he really wants what's best for the team, and he wants and that's tough because I think you know you could have the perfect idea, but if you don't execute it well, that's where it gets tough. And that was the only problem I had was the execution.
We had Tyra on, and we were talking about MLP in general, and she was saying that there are certain teams that want to win to an extent that is unhealthy, where the way people act on court. And I think there are certain teams that are so invested. I think the Ranchers are one of those teams. And I've heard that playing for the Ranchers, it's very professional. Like there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of watching film. There's everything's team dinners, and that can be a lot for an individual. That can be a lot for someone who isn't kind of that kind of mindset, you know? And so it's interesting. Like with the chefs, we did some team stuff, but I also wanted it to be fun. I wanted them to go out and just like really enjoy it. And cause I know it's a grind.
But I think I will say, cause it sounds like we're talking about this in a negative realm. I think the Ranchers of any team on the map do the best job in terms of making it feel like a sport, like this is a professional sport.
100%. I'm not speaking from negative realm at all. What I'm saying
let me just finish. There's social media.
Yeah.
They bring, you know, fans in a team.
For sure.
Their events they have, they're always having new investors that they're promoting. I think
minor league teams.
Yeah,
they've done a tremendous job.
They
put
absolutely crush it. I think in terms of like a player, like you might feel like you want your space, whereas like others are like, oh, I love this. Like I think Eric is like very like, you know, he loves being part of all that stuff. Wyatt too, like, and so I think it's just like mixing and matching personalities.
It's based on personality.
But I just want to say, like, I personally think it's so good for the sport.
Yeah, I think it is so good for the sport as long as the net result is mental health is good, people are having fun, and it is a positive experience. And I'm not saying it wasn't that, but in this case, there was a breakdown, and I think that is unfortunate. And I'm not putting blame anywhere. I think, you know, maybe it's just the moment and just all of the stress.
I mean, I would just like to say, like, I really enjoy the Ranchers team. Yeah. Like the team as a whole. I mean, Evan, Ted, like
they're great.
They're
great.
awesome.
Yeah.
I mean, and then you've got Alex, Virginia, Caleb. Love all of them. Like we've got a really great group of people.
They care.
Like it's a really great team. I think it's just you know, you can where I get a little butting heads was when it came to pickleball. Yeah. Because I feel like I know a lot about pickleball.
Yeah.
And when somebody says like they know more than me, I'm gonna be like, all right, well, let's see. Yeah. Like, you know, like, because I know a lot about pickleball. Like, I think I can help make this team great. And then if they're like, well, I think my idea is going to make this team great, that's where, like, if those ideas don't align.
Yeah, I mean, it's pretty normal, I think, for coaches and a GM. And
super normal.
Yeah, like, it's nothing. I just think there was a lot of questions around that. And I think a lot of fans probably are curious, and I was curious. And so I appreciate you breaking that down.
Yeah.
I want to transition from this to something that you talked about, which is you have this super aggressive game style. And I think, you know, I've talked with Lee about it too, just about, you know, how Anna Lee's super aggressive, and you've worked with Lee for a long time. How has she been like pivotal to developing that game style? I mean, obviously you had an amazing rise in doubles over the last few years. You worked with her. Is this something that you guys tried to like craft? Or were you like, all right, Christian, we're going to make you this hyper aggressive player? I actually wanted to ask Lee this when we had her on. Just because it's like, it's so interesting because it goes against like pickleball like strategy almost. It's like, all right, like be disciplined, like stay there and think. And you're like, no, like you and Andre are like, no, we're gonna speed up like every third ball.
It's such a complicated question, to be honest. Just about like attacking, it's way more complex. But I'll just start from let's just go at the beginning real quick. When I started playing pickleball, you had Ben and Colin, like 3 years ago, wouldn't miss a ball. Like they would just dink, dink, dink. And here I am coming to the sport, been playing for 3 months, and they've been playing for 5 years or however long. And like they're gonna dink better than me.
Yeah.
So the whole thing was I'm not gonna be able to dink as well as you.
Yeah.
So if I can't dink as well as you,
How am I going to win
I
points?
can't beat you
Yeah.
by dinking. How am I gonna win?
It's really, really interesting.
It's like it's kind of as simple as that. It's like, hey, if I attack, I know I have fast hands. So my hands could be faster than yours. So if I get into a hands battle with you, I'm going to be a lot better than if I try and,
You don't be dinked to death.
Yeah, I'm just
wow,
not.
that's honestly, it's super cool to hear this. Sorry.
Yeah. I mean, that was the reasoning. And it worked a lot. I had a lot of success against the best teams in the world.
Yeah.
Over the years. Funny enough, like this year, I feel like it's kind of going back to dinking. Like, and
I think a lifetime ball.
It might be the lifetime ball just because it's hard to attack. Counters are so good.
Create less spin too.
Yeah. So it's, I think dinking is something that I'm going to try to implement a little bit more now.
Who's the hardest player for you to play against?
Singles, doubles.
Singles and doubles.
Well, for
Ben?
That's a tough question because let's just say I give you an answer and then we clip it and then now the person who I say is going to look at this and be like, "Oh, this guy doesn't like
I got
this
them.
guy doesn't like playing
Okay, let's
me."
not
say
Yeah, we don't
Okay.
let's not
Okay,
let's not answer
yeah.
that.
Let's
not answer that.
go.
Let's not
So-
answer that. Who's the easiest? No, I'm just kidding. Who's the best singles player in the world right now?
There's no answer to that.
At any given day?
Yeah, there's look at who's won tournaments this year. You've got like 5 guys who have won more than one tournament this year.
Yeah.
I think that could be wrong, but you have at least 5 guys that have won one tournament this year.
Yeah.
Like, there's no top player. I can name you the top like 5, but even that can be changed on a given day. I mean, you have upsets all the time.
Who's your favorite player to play against? And that doesn't mean like easy, it means most fun. Like who are you going to go out and it's going to be a battle?
I mean, I feel like a great answer to that is Zhao Mei.
I knew you were going to say
Yeah,
John.
right. You got. I've had a lot of good battles with him. He's fun. He keeps it lighthearted.
You guys have 3 setters every time.
We
pretty
do
much.
have 3 gamers all the time, and I feel like I always lose.
I
the
love
first
that
one.
you call them gamers because all the tennis guys are like, oh, the sets. I'm like, they're not sets, brother.
I say sets because I like to think of. Yeah, I guess it's just
games.
weird.
It's game. It's like calling a paddle a racket, bro.
Well, when someone says like, "Oh, I
Get
played
with-
that
get with the
game,"
program.
I think like the game is in like that was like the match.
The match.
Game is another
Yeah,
word
yeah.
for match to me, and so a set like makes more sense. It's like,
I know, but this is pickleball.
leave me alone, Jared.
What are your goals the next 2 to 5 years? I mean, I think I kind of know. Like, I think it's like to lean into your faith and to start gearing towards building a family. But what are there any other goals that you haven't shared?
I'd love to build a family. I think that's one of the most important thing that we can do, that I can do. Like it's kind of why we were made, to have a family and to procreate. But other than that, I mean, pickleball. So there's pickleball, there's family. I'd like to get to a point where I'm like financially set. I don't think I'm there, but I think that's a big thing. Just try to make money, try to save money. I don't spend a lot of money for the most part.
I mean, on this outfit, you're looking
Yeah,
real
damn,
sharp.
boy, you
Yeah,
look-
these shoes are nuts. I love them.
I've been I've been wanting.
He's like, I've been.
I've been wanting a Rolex for like 3 years,
Yeah.
and I've been able to afford one for like 3 years, and I still haven't bought in one.
Yeah.
That's a big thing.
Yeah.
Is that a Rolex?
No, it's not. It's a tag. If I do get a Rolex, I want a Daytona, and that's like a lot of money. And I can't feel comfortable spending that much money on something.
Until you're like, all right.
Yeah, I mean, what I've done is over the last 3 years is I bought one watch. I bought 2 watches in the last 3 years. The first one was at the end of my first year where I had a good year, and I was like, I can actually buy something nice.
Yeah.
And I was like, I can buy it, and it's not going to change anything in my life. Like, that's when you should make big purchases, is when
Yeah.
you can buy it and it doesn't change anything in your life.
Agreed.
I love Christian Alshon, financial advisor.
I actually listen to a crazy amount of like finance podcasts and all that still, just because I studied that, have no practical knowledge other than myself, but I like Dave Ramsey. He's might be a little outdated, but I do like listening to him. He's a financial guru.
So buy it once it doesn't affect your life.
Yeah, buy it once it doesn't affect your
agree with
life. I think what I really want to dive into just next 2 to 5 years is like my faith. I really want to like study the Bible, and then pickleball, goals for pickleball. I think I love the fact that like I waited last to talk about pickleball because it takes a lot of the pressure off. Because like, a year ago, my first answer would have been like, oh, pickleball, I want to do this. I need to do this. Like I really like right now it's like, yeah, pickleball, train, just, get, work on my two-handed backhand. That's really what I want to do in pickleball. I want to be to the point where like I can go back in cross court with Chris Hayworth all day. Like, that's the goal.
I'll tell you, man, you are, I think that I'm impressed with how much you've kind of evolved and matured over the past couple of years. Yeah. You're super passionate, right? Like I love that. I love people who are passionate. I love people who have a zest for life and getting after it and know what they want. Yeah. I love that you wear your heart on your sleeve and that you're open and you're becoming even more vocal with the things that you care about. I think that has gotten me in trouble in my life. And I just don't care a lot of the time because I'm going to be who I am and authentic. And man, I think you've come a long way, and it's been fun to watch. It's been really fun to get to know you more. I think you're just a stud.
I just want to add, I think,
thank you.
Like I said, I've known you for a while, and I feel like when we first got into pickleball, I didn't see as much of your personality off the court. You weren't talking as much. Like it wasn't like you were hanging out with a bunch of people. And I feel like over this past year, I've gotten to know you better. And I think a lot of the players have gotten to know you better. Eric and Fed are like, I went golfing with Christian today. Like we had the best time. And so I think that's really cool. Just getting to know you on a personal level too. And obviously we go way back. But thanks for coming on here and chatting. And it's really fun to watch you succeed, man.
Yeah, of course. Thank you both for having me. Anytime you want me to come back.
Love it.
Thanks brother.
Christian.
And so you've had this relationship with Paddletech too, which I think is funny because my brother Lincoln, he's a little paddle wizard, but he works for 35 Capital, the company that owns Paddletech and ProXR. How's that relationship been with them?
It's great. Coming up on 2 years now. So we'll see if I stay with them. I'd love to. And I have my own signature paddle with them, which I absolutely love.
Do you have it here?
I do, actually, yeah. I brought it. It's the Paddletech Bantam TKO CX.
TKO, it's the name of our tournament as well.
I know.
Yeah, it is.
You named that after the paddle came out?
No.
Wait. We need to fact check
for
that.
For a fact, we were before because I think Curtis or Joey reached out. Someone reached out and was like talking to Jason.
Yeah. And
they were like, what should we name the paddle? And he said TKO. And they were like, but you don't think like Jared would care? And he's like, no.
Do you care?
Yeah. No, I know. It's a great name.
Yeah, it is a good name. I always thought it was like Tweener King.
Yeah.
Like, and then I don't know what the O means, but
what does TKO stand for?
Tweener King.
Tweener King.
Yeah.
Official.
Wait,
officially.
what?
It's Tweener King officially.
Yeah.
You're lying.
I mean, a little bit.
Or technical knockout.
Okay.
I've always thought that the TKO, like, the TK was like, oh, Tweener King, and then I was like, I don't know why they added the O, but that's cool.
Because it's TKO.
TK.
Yeah.
It is technical knockout. I think
that's what
is
TKO
that what it is?
That's what TKO is. It's boxing term, yeah.
Huh.
Or the kitchen.
Oh, yeah.
It's technical knockout, the kitchen open, and Tweener King official.
Yeah.
In that order.
Anyway, so I use the 12.7 millimeter, which is like the thinner one.
Yeah.
I started with the 14.3 millimeter, a little bit thicker. It's better for control, handling. I love paddles. I'm not like obsessed with them, but I do definitely like to try out different sizes, different lengths, and this is the one that works best for me. I like the fact that it's kind of like a tennis racket. Mm-hmm. Which, for me, for people transitioning from tennis, is really good to start with this one.
A lot of the singles players use it.
Yeah.
I'll have to give it a go.
I mean, like five of the top 10 have been using it lately,
Let's go. Paddletech, they're a partner of ours as well.
Yeah, let's go.